Some city council members don't want Chief Magnus to resign. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink joins us live at City Hall with that part of our top story. Eric?
Hi, John. Just a few minutes ago, a spokesman with the city of Tucson telling me the decision whether to accept Chief Chris Magnus's resignation is up to the city manager, and that will be made after some discussion with the mayor and council. Now, I talked with 3 members of city council. They all are opposed to Magnus's resignation. At that news conference today, Mayor Regina Romero says she was surprised by the chief's announcement. She says she didn't know he was planning on offering that resignation. City Councilman Steve Kozachik was also in attendance. He was also surprised, and he tells me he does not want Chief Chris Magnus to step down.
Everybody in the room was surprised. I was there, and one of his assistants leaned over to me and said they didn't see that coming. So, yeah, it was a surprise. It also speaks to his character. You know, if he's willing to take a fall for where other people screw up, you know, good for him, but he doesn't need to do it.
Now, City Councilman Paul Cunningham saying in a statement, quote, "I have already asked the chief not to resign. While the incident from April is tragic and demonstrates the need for police reform, our chief has a track record of being community-oriented and as a police reformer. I think it would be a mistake to let Chief Magnus go." And City Councilman Paul Durham telling me that he believes the chief's move to offer that resignation was an emotional move. He has called City Manager Mike Ortega, asking him not to accept the chief's resignation. We'll have much more on this story coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. Live for now outside City Hall downtown, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson. John, let's go back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. New race relations training is being mandated in the city of Tucson. As of today, all city directors and deputy directors will be required to take 4 hours of training over a 3-day period. The webinar is self-described as a primer on how the norms of whiteness and anti-blackness show up in workplace. Sources tell News 4 Tucson that while they've taken the typical EEO and discrimination sensitivity training, they've never taken this specific training until now. And tonight we have the latest on the Bighorn fire burning in the Catalina Mountains. This fire has grown to more than 75,000 acres, and officials say it's still just about 33% contained. There are nearly 1,000 people working to get this fire under control. Take a look at a map of current evacuation notices of the communities affected by the Bighorn fire. Communities on Mount Lemmon still in that go phase right now. News 4 Tucson's Mark Mangura joins us live from Sabino Canyon with the latest. Good evening, Mark.
Hey, that's good evening, John, and that's exactly right. You know, this Bighorn fire is continuing to burn on in the Santa Catalina Mountains right behind me, and crews have been diligently working for over 2 weeks now, and as of the latest update, nearly 900 boots are on the ground. And as of this morning, that latest update, those exact acres burned is 75,574, and it's on both sides. At this point, this is that 33% containment, but the fire is growing both north towards the town of Oracle and near us, and also into the Sabino Canyon area. Now, the Oracle Ridge part of the Catalinas was the main focus of fire crews last night, and they say that their burnout strategies in that region have been successful. The northern portions of the Oracle area, which extends into Pinal County, will see more fire and smoke activity. However, currently there's no immediate threats, and the fire is also heading down Mount Lemmon Highway. Now, fire crews are putting a large focus towards the Summerhaven area. And then as we head back towards Sabino Canyon, the fire towards the popular tourist attraction in the Tucson area has edged closer, quote, quite a ways, as put by officials during their morning briefing. And as for people in the Ventana Canyon area, although the fire is visible in the area, they do say that it is under control. And, you know, there's going to be smoke all around the Tucson area, mainly on the north side, because the fire is catching unburned fuel that is in the area. So you are encouraged to stay indoors if you can. We've got you covered near Sabino Canyon. I'm Mark Mangura, News 4 Tucson.
All right, thank you, Mark. Be sure to stay with us here at News 4 Tucson, on air, online, and on your mobile device for the latest on evacuation orders and other Bighorn fire information. Speaking of information, we need weather information for those firefighters, Matt.
Sure do, John. The thing we look to first and foremost are those wind gusts. Winds gusting 19 miles per hour at Mount Lemmon out of the west, coming out of the northwest foothills, Oro Valley at 11 miles per hour. And the projections tonight look like this. getting a little bit strong out of the west at 30 miles per hour. Again, these are gusts. It doesn't mean sustained winds at that. 2 a.m. down to 18 miles per hour. Surrounding areas much lower than that. And then tomorrow 9 a.m. out of the south at 14 miles per hour. So all in all, winds look to be improving a little bit. There's that plume of smoke. We got some clouds rolling around an area of high pressure. And then we have some little storms, not storms, but clouds that look like storm clouds. Could those be with us in the future? I'll let you know in a few minutes.
All right, no new record set today, but still some alarming numbers regarding coronavirus cases and deaths reported in Arizona today. News 4 Tucson's Sean Mooney has more on the latest on those just released totals.
No new milestones, but still a big spike in those numbers just out today. With 1,795 new cases added, and state health officials now reporting almost 60,000 cases, with 59,974 to be exact. 79 new deaths were also reported in the state. Here's a quick breakdown of the counties. Pima County added 229 new cases, now with a total of 6,318. The county also had 8 new deaths and now has 255 people who have died from coronavirus-related illnesses. Now, Maricopa County saw another spike with 1,109 new cases, now at 34,992, and 27 new reported deaths. And with this ever-expanding number of cases, we are now seeing a dramatic jump in the use of ICU beds in the state. As of this morning, according to ADHS, 1,472 ICU beds are occupied in Arizona,